What's up, everyone? Let's get into the chart lesson for today. We're looking at S&P 500 futures, and I'm going to be taking you bar by bar and spotting the setups as I see them printing on the chart. So let's get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome in. You're going to learn some things. If you guys are coming back and you've been here before, welcome back. On the right side of the screen, we see market open right where my cursor is. And at this point of the day, we had a very, very convincing downtrend. And in any downtrend, in any trend, we always want to draw our trend channels. So in the downtrend, we're looking for second entry shorts. And if I spot one, I will let you guys know. So we actually have our first decent setup right here on the right side of the screen, because not only is it a second entry short, counting from this low, we have one leg up, a first entry short once the first bearish bar breaks below the one previous to it, and a second entry short all in one bar that ticks above and then quickly turns bearish and closes lower, and it worked for a nice scalp, and it ended up going a lot further. Also, I really like this trade just because we had several touches at this key level. It's a third confirmation, very bearish bar, first trade, nice one to start off the day with. Now we do actually have another second entry short just a few minutes later right here when we have a new low, one leg up, first entry short, another leg up, second entry short, another great trade, and another scalp that worked out. So now we're getting into some choppiness, and we just want to stay on the right side of the market, not force any trades, but keeping in mind that we're in this bearish downtrend. We had a break and a new low, and now prices are just reacting to the EMA, but also slowly working lower and lower and lower. So we don't want to buy without significant confirmation that prices are heading higher, because right now prices really just look like they're in a range, like something like this. Let's draw our midline. And the reason prices were so choppy today for several hours was because of the FOMC announcement at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So on days like today, it's even more important just to stay extra patient and not force any trades. I mean, this just looks like congestion to me. You can argue potentially for this short, but with so many bars stacked, I would really stay away from that. Kept pushing lower. And like I said, we don't want to look for any longs until we're completely certain that prices are going to head higher. And just to illustrate that point, let's look at this trade right here. If we're counting from this high right here, and we're only looking for second entry longs because we might see an uptrend that looks like this, even though wide uptrends like that are very inaccurate, especially in trading ranges, which we are clearly in. And what I really see is something like this, a thinner trend with a break and a new high, followed by bars being stacked. But if you're a beginner trader and you see this uptrend, you might be thinking, okay, I'm going to look for second entry longs, even though we're in this range. We have a new high here, one leg down, another leg up, second leg down, bullish bar, even though it's kind of neutral, but if you would have went long above that signal bar, you would have gotten trapped. Even though it's a second entry long, even though it's in what looks like a potential uptrend, but in reality, the smart traders are just looking at this as we're just in the middle of this range. Prices are stacked. We had a short-term uptrend, we had a break and a new high, and really prices are just even in a mini congestion right here. So now we see that prices are just not reaching the high of the range, not reaching the low, and the choppiness just continues until the news announcement. So going back to the last trade, instead of looking for longs, which a lot of people might be, we should also be aware of the fact that we had a triple top here. We're almost at these highs. So in fact, at this point of the day, we might even draw a trading range like this. So once you actually get a lower high right here, that's a pretty nice trade to me. Because we're in this bearish imbalance, because prices have been going lower and lower and lower, this is the first test at these levels after finally breaking above the EMA. Like I said, we had a break and a new high of this short-term uptrend. Even if you have the uptrend like this, we had a break and a new high, lower high, and prices fell. So at this point, prices were just very, very choppy for the next couple hours, and I really didn't see any nice setups. And then here is the news announcement. So let's see if we can see anything that is worth taking. After the strong leg up, once again, we just had a break, followed by a trading range-like structure. At this point, there's really nothing that is really convincing to buy or sell. Here you have a higher low, but we do have this downtrend in place. And I believe you had actually been okay if you had a limit order, but if you were buying just one tick above the signal bar, you would have got stopped out and would have been losing trade. And like I said, that's just because this downtrend did not have a new low in place. We had a break, and only until we have this new low can we potentially expect prices to reverse, but it doesn't mean they have to. In this case, they did, and we can see that maybe the trading range is expanded and the midline is only right where prices were just reacting to. So now once we reach these lows, we have two pushes, two legs up, one leg up, another leg up, followed by a bullish signal bar. I really like this trade instead of the one before because now we have this downtrend, we have a break, new low, two pushes by the bulls, and a failed second entry short, another higher low, and nice trade that would have worked. So now we reach this high, and we start reversing once again. Because this uptrend is in place, we actually did have an overshoot. You might want to take this lower high because it was such a bearish bar. We reached these highs, we broke out the top, we failed all in one bar, ticked above, and went below the EMA, closed below the EMA. That worked out once again. And we reached the highs again before completely falling out the bottom. And let's see if we can spot any trades. At this point of the day, it was just very, very, very volatile because of all the news announcements. And there really just weren't too many amazing setups to spot. I'll let you guys know if I see any, but it's nearing the closing bell and prices were just all over the place today. I mean, you see, even once we reach these lows, there's just even more congestion, and you really want to stay away from this. Yeah, nothing too much today, but even though we had a lot of movement, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a lot of enterable trades. And yeah, I mean, that's going to wrap up the video. Days like today are tough. Let me end the video with this potential trade right here. We have a new high, First entry long, second entry long, failure. Then again, it is near the bell. You're right near these lows. I wouldn't take it personally, but just for illustration purposes, this downtrend needs a new low, and we ended up pushing lower and lower and lower. That's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.